boys, Joy, cracking on with some more winter DIY and winter maintenance on board. This episode we're going to be looking for some leaks, trying to solve some leaks. We've got some fuel tank paint work to come off, we've got some mould to sort out on board, and some other little jobs to crack on with as well. So follow us along, see how we're getting on. And the little jobs we've got to do today is the cupboards here for the front bunks, or the drawers. She's been a bit sealed up over the winter. You can see all this white spotting up the side of the drawers. That's mould. There's not a lot of ventilation around here at the minute, so I just wanted to do this. But what I've done here, I've mixed up a little bit of bleach and some boiling hot water. Just going to scrub this all off, and that should stop it coming back again. And we'll leave these to dry for a little bit. Don't want to wipe them dry because I want to get the bleach into the wood. It sort of acts as a sort of anti-fungal sort of growy thing. Mainly the ends here, the little dovetails down the side here. Soak them up, let it soak right in there. You want to cover the whole lot on the outside. The insides, there's nothing on there. Nothing whatsoever on the insides. But like up underneath here, it's all along the end grain where it hasn't really got a lot of varnish on. So when the weather dries up a bit, we shall re-varnish all this lot. You can stop the little divots in the wood, seal it right up. It shouldn't reoccur. I've got to put a load of ventilation back in as well. So there's no real ventilation this end of the boat. So we've got there to dry. This one here, this one's the better one, wasn't it? Apart from that side. So, there's a few bits along here which is the actual scrapes from the paint inside. This one's quite tight, this one, but there is some mould along there. So we're going to get that cleaned off. So underneath the drawer here is not even varnished under here. It might have had one coat, but it's not properly varnished. That's another little bit for the drier weather. Oh, that would be the stuff inside the drawer I should have taken out. The top there where there's a little bit of a chunk off the veneer. This side here, there's not a lot along here. Most of this is paint that's rubbed off from the inside of the drawer bit. What I'm going to be doing is installing computer fans in little areas of the boat where this, like this here, where it's sealed and there's absolutely no ventilation, no air movement. There's some already installed in the boat, but there's not enough because we've only just got the heating working. That doesn't really help either. And inside, you can see the black sort of stuff. We actually wipe off because that is, it's like a mildew where the water's condensated on the inside. And that there again is just going to get wiped off with bleach and hot water. I'm going to work our way all the way around this locker. And then we'll go to the other side and work back from there. The big jobs, the big areas of mould I found the other day. In our little under seating area. As you can see, all the mould fluffs all the way along. Because that's extra fluffy, I'm going to give it a spray first. Hopefully that'll stop the little pores from breaking up. As you can see, that there, all those little white spots is all spores. So we're going to spray the heck out of that lot, wipe it all down, all along the painted surface at the bottom, everywhere it is. This is probably, I think the damp in this side comes from behind the lockers over there, behind the back of the seating area. But yeah, we're going to clean that out. Get it demolded, get some bleach in there, should be fine for a bit longer. Another little job that I found to turn into a big job. Up under here on really nice lovely headlining. I knew there's a little leak up here. What I've just found down this end, this lining is absolutely, I don't know if the light will pick it up, but it's absolutely sopping wet. I've this little squidge up here. You can just see the water that's soaked in here. Absolutely dripping it is. So I've put this on the urgent list, I think, because as you can see it's been ruining the wood here. The small amount up here, which I'm assuming is what's gathering behind this panelling. And the only thing I can think of are these couple of windows. You can see the water that's building up on there. It's going behind the brass there and puddling down here, releasing out. But I'm going to take these surrounds off. I'm going to take some of this trim off. Get the rest of this headlining out because it is just holding all the moisture up there. So originally I thought it was a small leak, but obviously it's either the condensation building up and dripping down, or it's a leak around the windows. So we'll crack on and get that out. See what we find behind. I'm taking some of the trim off on that end. It's not coming from up here anywhere, but what I've found, I've taken the brass surround off this window. Is that, I don't know if you can see it on there. If I squidge the window in and out, you'll see the bubbles of water and the sealant on the outside of the window moving up and down. And this here is all puddled. There's still quite a bit of moisture in here now down the end. So what I'm thinking is happening, obviously the water's we're actually leaning to this side because the fuel tank's the other side being taken out. So now all the water from the deck here is running down and in these windows, and that one there's definitely got a leak. This one here actually seems fine. There's no moisture along the bottom apart from a tiny bit of condensation off the inside of the glass. But this one here is sopping wet, so I'm going to dry this one out and I'm going to seal them on the inside for the minute, because I need two people to take this window out, because there's screws and nuts on this, and there's quite a few of them, so I'll have to get the missus or one of the lads out to come and give us a hand with that. But just for a temporary one for tonight, I'll wedge some paper in here, dry this out, get some sealant along here, just up to the halfway mark probably, just to prevent any more water getting in. And then, as I say, down here, we'll rip the rest of all this foam out because this is soaking. It does stay wet all the way up through, so I'm going to be probably doing the same with these just for the sake of it. Just seal them up on the inside for the minute, and yeah, try and prevent any more water getting in for the minute. But I'll say along here, it hasn't been wet because we've had paperwork stored here, but there is damp marks in the woodwork which were there when we bought the boat, so I'm assuming there is some moisture down there. So as we're getting on, we're scraping this lovely soaking wet foam off. It's got some kind of rubbery adhesive, with contact adhesive back or something on it. But obviously as we go up this end, the drier it gets, which is good. And I found out the bolt that's leaking, or the main one up this end, is one of the outer stays for the mast. So I'm going to have to, I think tonight what I'll do is I'll bring the main halyard down, latch him back, and then release that stay off, unbolt him, pull him out, seal him up, and whack him back in again, hopefully. There's more water there than there's ever has. I don't know if you can see the moisture here. The line of moisture. I wiped that off just now, and it's been raining outside. So that's where I think most of it's coming from. There's not anything that's built up here now. There's a tiny bit here from condensation again. But I say I'm going to seal these ones off just for peace of mind, really. But I don't think it is the windows. I'm quite sure it's that one bolt. So yeah, we'll get all this scraped out, cleaned up, and then I might have some tea. Just been putting the table and everything else back in place. But a bit of a bomb site in here. Oh, and I just broke me. I think I broke my lamp. He comes on and then he'll go off again. I've just knocked him with my head. So yeah, there's another little job. There he goes. He's off. Another job for the list. almost midnight, and I've just had to go all the way home to get that 120mm socket. All because the set I've got with me only goes up to 19mm. The one bolt, or the 2 bolts that I want to get off for that leak are 20mm. And the only 20mm I could find was a 3/4 inch drive. Sorry, 1/2 inch drive. I've only got 1/4 inch, so I found my extension. And it took me 25 minutes to find that one. So, after that hour's trip to go home and get that, I'm now going to go and remove the shroud and seal up the leak. Hopefully. I did plan to go to stake. So, yep, I'm going to put the kettle on and then I'm going to crack on with that. I want it sealed up by, what should we say, 12:30, hopefully, when it'll be sealed. Oh, and I've got a hole in my boot as well. My brand new boots, well, almost brand new boots, about a month old, sprung a leak. Now I have wet feet, and I still haven't even done the one job I wanted to do. So, yeah, let's crack on with it. Oh, that's ding. Let's just take this one side off then. Hopefully. There it goes. This is the leaky side. And hopefully the other one will just loosen off with an adjustable, but there's minimal amount of space up there to get anything off or get anything up there to undo it. It's the whole reason to go in and get the socket, but I never checked the other one. Didn't check it for being too long in here. This is actually the lower shroud, not the main shroud, so I've just undone the other one and tied him back out of the way for a minute. So at least I can crack on and get this off. A lot of friction on there. He's steaming. Yeah, the plan of this one is to try and just get enough of a turn with the adjustable, which I don't think is ever going to work. And I have absolutely no idea how to get them out otherwise. A bit like one of those impossible tasks. That ain't going to work. Never going to work. Anything I can do is wait to get a longer socket, which is not what I wanted to do really. I'll show you what my problem is. You can see I stupidly looked at the shorter stud, not the longer one. Well, the longer one is too long to get the socket over the top, because obviously the stud's got to go somewhere. And as far as I can get with this one is there. And the other one I did manage to get the adjustable on up here. Obviously there's no thread in the way. This one's got the thread in the way. Even with a larger adjustable, I'm not going to be able to get that on there in any way, shape or form. So I'm going to have to get, what I'll probably do is get another socket and weld this one to the top of the other socket, and then we'll have it longer. Hopefully that'll work, but it just means I'm not going to be able to get it done tonight, which is really annoying. So I just spent an hour to go and get that, and I never bothered looking at the other bit. So remember that. Think of your jobs before you go trying to plan them. Because normally I've got most things on the boat, but today I've screwed up with that one. But either way, I've managed to find where the water's coming from. I've got the panelling out, I've taken all the wet foam out above it, all the linings out, some of the trims are out, and I've got one of the bolts off, so we're starting to get somewhere, but it's not as far as I'd like to have had that sealed up, so I'm going to move to the back and try and get the cleat off instead. a leak. No sealing whatsoever under there. Nothing. Obviously I've got some of it done. Didn't want to rip out so much as I thought I was going to have to, but either way I need to be done leak free. Don't want to be playing around with leaks later on. So all the other bolts at the other end, the cleat I was going to take off, can't get that off either because the threads are too long. So what I'm going to have to do is get the 20mm socket, weld them on top of another socket so the rest of the threads can go down in between, and then the drive can go in the bottom still and give us plenty of reach to get all the bolts. I've got plenty of spare sockets at home, so instead of going and buying a new one, I'll just weld them two together, and we'll keep that on board just for them ones later on. But I may even, when I take them out, is recut the thread so a lot shorter. I can just use a normal standard socket then. What else have we done tonight? Yeah, looking at the leaks along here, nothing's really happened along there. Had some paper wedged in these holes just to see how much water it gathers and see if that's where any of the water's coming from, and it doesn't seem to be. There's a little bit on that back one there which I'm not happy with, which I'm going to put some sealant around the side, but that'll be it for the day. And yeah, hopefully next time I can bring down my proper socket that I've made up and crack on with this leak along here. I think got someone who's going to be looking at the fuel tank to get that welded. That'll be getting done soon hopefully, and yeah, that'll be on another video, getting sorting that out, cleaning it out, and all the rest of the gump for that thing. As you can see earlier on, I've taken most of the paint off it now. All the metalwork's good on the tank, just need to get it all welded up, sorted. But yeah, follow us again next time, and hopefully we'll have some more interesting updates. So that's about it for this week. Nothing's gone really that well to plan this week. There's a lot of little jobs getting done on board. Some of the ones I haven't filmed, some of the ones I have. The ones that I'm hoping to get done the next month or so is getting all the leaks sorted out, all the little remedies after that, and yeah, just cracking on with the basic little pieces while we're doing the work at home on the fuel tank and looking into other parts on the boat. So yeah, follow us along, subscribe, like, thumbs up, whatever. Have a look over on our Facebook page, have a look on our blog. All the links are down below in the description.